today. From State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals versus Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks.
It is a bright, sunshiny day here in the desert Southwest, and the temperature comfortable enough that they said, hey, let's open the roof. That's what they've done here at State Farm Stadium, just west of downtown Phoenix. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Take it in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 17 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. To throw it is Lock, being chased out left. Throwing left side, it's complete.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Joe Judge, I have to say it, going to present his case to the officials. He's thrown out the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. From midfield, here's Lock. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Point after here coming up. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
First carry for James Conner. A first down for Conner and then some. He's at the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Conner. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Murray. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a big play there for Seattle.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins. at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85, but then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL.
Touchdown! A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Murray.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Murray. Steps away. Murray has the 1st down and more.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the 1st down and then slides to the ground.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Connor on 1st down, working his way forward for about 4 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down.
Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. 1, the turnover battle, and the 2nd, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there.
Murray's throw complete there to Moore.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. On 2nd down, it's Connor, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Right back to Connor here on 1st. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
76 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Murray. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Now he is just 2 catches away from 1,000 on his career. 998 currently.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Gibson again.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career, and Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
These 2 teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
On the move to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice game.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They run it with Carson. Evades him at the 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
This is Carson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been very...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson as the first half is winding down.
And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because, to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Murray now.
We'll get this complete to Charlie Warner.
And he is down deep into Seattle territory. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Trevor Lawrence, terrific in the victory, as his guys move their record to 9-4 on the year. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And that one all even as they play the visiting Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Second half starts with a run by Gibson.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Here's a give to Gibson.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray.
That's complete to the tight end, Werner.
And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jordan Brooks gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, and here's Murray.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down.
They'll go. It's Gibson.
And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
2nd and 8 coming up.
56.
Here's Murray.
That's caught by Werner, the tight end.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking sideline, incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Powers passed him at the 5. A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Now Murray off play action. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that'll bring him back within 4.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on.
He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he may even buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? They've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Now Locke escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. To throw is Locke. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down 24-17. A minute 40 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Gets this to Gibson.
Will be out of bounds right at the 40. As
what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Buying time to his left. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Now Green staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Going deep for Hopkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll actually throw it with Locke. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some...
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over. Making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for the Seahawks, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll have another road day next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa